When you think of historical events, do you think of the mass and the opinions the media displayed, or can you envision the pictures that were captured eye to eye from the photographer? Photojournalism has been replaced by opinionated narratives that the media has displayed. A reason why we should educate ourselves as to why this is occurring is because we all feed into media and we all have to deal with the news sources that we receive in order to get credible information. I'm a journalism major, so I have an idea of why the media attempts to do this, and I also have a side job in photography, so I have an idea of both worlds. I will be talking about why photojournalism is being replaced by opinionated narratives only, the effects of this shift, and how we can solve this from occurring. To begin with, we will be talking about the shift from photojournalism towards these headlines. These news sources are receiving a smaller budget, and with the smaller budget, they have to be accustomed towards it to fit their plan. The first thing they do with this is that their photo team and their visual side starts becoming unneeded, and they start getting their jobs replaced, or they end up getting fired. Since 2008, Pew Research stated that 50% of the news staff has been fired. Most of them, if not all, has been the visual side of the news team. Along with that, having these opinionated narratives gives the news team a cheaper way of publishing the information. Because of the algorithm today and how it's created, we feed into these opinionated headlines. Therefore, the media team gets accustomed towards them. Along with that, Reuters Institute state from a research that the mass and humans as a whole have become so adjusted towards commentary and influencers giving out this information rather than getting a full in-depth publishment. Now, the effects of this change can be harmful. To begin with, since there is no photographers out there capturing the event, the information that the news posts becomes rushed due towards the public wanting the information quicker, and to get that quicker is by cutting the staff of these photographers. They cut the staff in order to get their sources out much quicker since they don't have to rely on the photographers. This can also be harmful because the media adjusts towards only commentary and narratives rather than having a visual side that backs up as evidence into their story. Along with this, it can damage the public trust. This can damage it by having no documents for our future generations, since there are less photographers out there capturing the scene itself. Columbia Journalism Review has stated that without these photos, the public will only rely on commentary and statements made by these news sources, rather than having physical and visual evidence as to what is really occurring. Steps we can take to help photojournalism is by first reaching out to organizations that campaign this cause. They can help with real in-depth news reporting and help with those real news sources that attempt in getting the full capture of the occurring event. Foundations such as the Magnum Foundation and the Catchlight Fund have stated themselves with the funds they receive from the people that they help news sources and help with long-form photojournalism. Another solution we have is by empowering and educating ourselves and the mass. Programs like Media Literary Program have attempted to reach out towards the mass, such as ourselves, by spreading their information, which helps us get a better idea of which news sources really capture the event and take their time with publishing their information. Along with that, we can also follow and find ourselves our own creators that take their time by going through these events and their sources rather than rushing the information and just grabbing clicks. So we have gone through why photojournalism is being replaced with narratives and commentary, the harmful effects that it accomplishes, and how we can attempt to stop this action. With this replacement, it causes a crisis for real, truthful news, and it can damage our democracy, but this can be easily prevented throughout the solutions. Photos don't need captions or commentary, yet narratives and commentary do need photos, and our world needs photographers in order to capture these real life moments.